far away in China, and a long time ago, there lived a monster named Nian. Nian has a body of bull and a head of lion. Nian normally hide in the mountains, hunting for food. However, in the wintertime, when there are not much around to eat, Nian would go to the nearest village and eat the livestock and sometimes villagers in that village. People are always scared when the new year rolls around that Nian will show up to take their livestock, take their children away. Over the years, what people notice is Nian actually is scared of three things. The monster is scared of the color red, is scared of the loud noise, and scared of fire. So from then on, villagers start, as it's getting closer to the beginning of the new year and end of the old year, what they start doing is start putting up red color decorations, red lanterns, red scrolls on their doors, and they also set up fireworks. So the fireworks have lots of noise, and they're hoping that Nian will stay away. And that has worked. So those traditions carried on, and now around Chinese New Year, you can see all kinds of red decoration. So for Christmas, generally the color of decoration fall into a few major categories. You have red, you have green, you have gold, and you have white. Now if you can imagine, all of those color are only going to be in one color, red, and that's what cities look like during Chinese New Year. Similar to Thanksgiving, Chinese New Year is a time of reunion, time of gathering, and similar to Thanksgiving, Chinese New Year also involves lots of travels. It's estimated that 2.98 billion trips are made around Chinese New Year time. The reason is being with the recent economic boom along the East Coast, lots of people travel to the East Coast for work, for school, and during Chinese New Year, they'll make the trip back to visit with family. So last year, during the Chinese New Year time frame, it's estimated every second 1,000 tickets being sold. And the number that I quoted earlier, 2.98 billion trips, that's the population equivalent to the Americas, Europe, Oceania, and Africa combined. And the spring during the Chinese New Year migration is considered the largest human migration in the world. With gathering, there's food. You probably won't find turkey or pumpkin pie on the table, but at the center of the table, you will always see dumplings. Dumplings is a food that's quintessential to the Chinese New Year Eve celebration. It's an ultimate comfort food. You have meat mixed with vegetables and spices, all wrapped into this dough. It can be either cooked by boiling it, or you can fry it. And the making dumpling is a family bonding activities too. So families will gather around in the kitchen. Someone will roll the dough, will make the wrap, and someone will mix the filling, and someone will also wrap the dumplings. Growing up, I remember my family will sometimes put some coins inside the dumpling, and whoever get the dumpling with the coin is to symbolize that you have a really lucky year. So that's definitely a good incentive for children to eat more dumplings and make sure they're eating really slowly and carefully, not break their teeth. So after you're eating this delicious food, there's some entertainment. Lots of the traditions what you do at the Chinese New Year are fairly traditional, like passed from a long time ago. There's some new traditions generated. About maybe 20, 30 years ago, the national TV channel started putting together this big gala event. It's kind of similar to you watch the parade on Thanksgiving or you watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve. So on Chinese New Year Eve, family will gather on TV and watch this variety show on the TV. And there are dances, there are songs, there are different styles, range from traditional to ethnic groups and to modern, and you can see all kinds of talk shows as well, like there's stand-up sketches, and some of the catchphrases from the stand-up sketches will become viral the next day. And you wait, and the variety show goes until midnight, and then midnight there's a big countdown. And the very end, when people count down to 1, you can hear people set off fireworks outside the window, because everybody wants to welcome the new year to scare off the monster and scare off the bad luck. The next morning, on Chinese New Year Day, growing up, we'll always pay a visit to my grandparents. Elderly, well respected in the Chinese culture. So I'll visit my grandparents and wish them a happy new year and wish them a year of health and longevity. And in return, they will give me a red pocket. And these are not your just red envelope. They're a red envelope with cash in them. So during Chinese New Year, I'll get lots of these red envelopes from family and older generations. And I always remember recounting the cash at each end of each day. Those are some of the good memories I have. And this year, Chinese New Year will be on February 16th. And Corey and I will be fortunate and travel back to China, join the largest human migration. We'll help my family put up some decorations. We'll maybe even set off some fireworks in celebration. And this year is also the first year that we're going back as a married couple. So we'll have to remember to pack some cash in the red envelope to give it to my younger cousins. And this weekend, if you're interested in Chinese New Year celebration, I'd like to invite you for a celebration at the Johnson County Community College on Saturday and also at the Nelson Atkins Museum on Sunday. And you may be able to see a familiar face doing some Chinese traditional dance at both celebrations. So happy early Chinese New Year to everybody here.